What's up, folks? MC is in the house. The only way people let you down is if you misset your expectations. The only way people will let you down is if you inaccurately set expectations. How people act is based on a whole, collection of variables. Who they are, who they think they are, the story they're telling themselves, the character they portray themselves to be in the story they're telling themselves. It could be chemically driven, hormonally driven behaviors, genetically driven behaviors. A whole conglomerate of different factors are going to play a role in how somebody's acting. Your intention, your willingness, your ability to predict the future are not amongst those variables. It is not up to you how somebody else acts. The reason I'm saying this is because, we find ourselves frustrated. I could argue now more than ever, but, just a little reminder, a little sidebar. This is the greatest time in human history. Do not tell yourself differently. It's never been as bountiful and as just completely, overlaid with opportunities as it is today in the history of mankind. Do not ever forget that. However, right now, there are a lot of people getting frustrated with people around them. Understand your frustrations are born within you, they're maintained within you, they're escalated within you, but they could also be de-escalated, they could be eradicated, they could be starved and assassinated by you. All of these battles occur inside your own mind, inside your own body. All those variables that determine how that other person acts, you have those same variables represented in you. And those are the ones that you have control and influence over. So when somebody is frustrating you, the first thing you need to tell yourself is that it is a you problem, not a them problem. I would say one of the chief, most common motivators in getting frustrated with others is that individuals want to change the people around them. And there is this maybe even subconscious expectation that resides within us that we think if our intention is great enough, the other person's behavior will be modified by it. We feel that if we just want them to change enough, if we communicate to them to change enough, that they will actually change. Now, whether it's fortunately or unfortunately, I happen to be trying to remove the word unfortunately from my vocabulary, but whether it's one, the other, or neither, the fact remains that it doesn't work. The fact remains that there's a whole other identity that resides within that individual that has to sort of implement its own processes to determine whether or not it's going to make a change. But surely we could influence people. Surely we could persuade people. Surely we could have people do what we want them to do. There's an argument for that. All I'm making the argument for is our ability to do that's limitations. So now, what am I an advocate for? We want to change other people. We want to influence other people. What am I advocating for? Am I saying, well, try to change them. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just the way they're built? Not necessarily. I think first and foremost, we need to recognize that just like the people that frustrate us don't meet our expectations, at any given moment, we're frustrating other people as well. So we're not sort of, blameless in this never-ending cycle of disappointment and misset expectations. We play a role in that also. So ultimately, and here is my take on it, on what an individual should be doing in terms of investing his resources in eliciting the change around him that he wants. We need to lead with our own modeled behavior. We need to become the thing that emanates a level of power, emanates a level of energy that will be able to present itself to the individuals around us in a way that does not attack, threaten, insult their identities. It's very easy right now to sort of have people put the walls up. You want to do that? You just come at them. You just start with the insults. You start trying to shame and smash them on that first beat of an interaction with them, and and they'll defend what is theirs, right? You don't want to break people you care about, by the way. You don't want people to lose sight of who they are as an individual in the process of transforming them to become stronger. You don't want that. It doesn't help anybody. It certainly doesn't help them. But if you actually want to make a change in somebody to the best of your ability, you need to stop looking to them. You need to look at you. I know too many people right now that are physically in bad shape. People I care about. If they're not doing the things they need to do, that's okay. I'll continue to transform myself. I'll continue to go to the gym every morning before the sun's up. I'll continue to do what I do in terms of my movement throughout the day. I'll do what I need to do in terms of, sticking to my eating plan. I'll do all those different things. It's funny the way the universe works, and we don't have to get all, esoteric and kooky in order to give this a little bit of credence and maybe a little bit of respect and gratitude. But it just turns out that the more you start attacking people, the more they feel attacked. The less you start attacking them, the less they feel attacked. The stronger you become, the more that strength is modeled as a virtue in front of them. People who, last year I was in a 280s, and right now I'm down over 50 pounds. I'll be getting under 200 pounds when all is said and done, at a minimum. And the road here, did not involve any one person telling me that I should lose weight. It didn't involve anybody telling me, listen, I am as fucking pig-headed as it gets. I am a stubborn motherfucker, and I think that I'm more open-minded than most people. I think, hey, you lay down a good argument and evidence for something, I'm gonna fucking pick it up and marinate on it for a second and see what happens. All that being said, nobody can tell me what the fuck to do. How did I make this transformation then? I saw strength in those around me. I started, meditating on, well, what happens, in the current, situation, especially when we didn't have a lot of information at the beginning, 2 years ago. I asked myself, what's going to happen if I'm gone and my 4 kids don't have me around? My wife doesn't have me around. What's going to happen? That's what I was meditating on. And I thought to myself, well, what is in my power? What are the things that I could change? What are the things in my control? At no point was it ever somebody else telling me, hey, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you need to do that. Quite the opposite. As stubborn and proud as I could be at times, when people were coming to me and saying, yeah, you need to lose weight, I'd debate them. I'd say, why? So you can be healthier. Oh, I am healthy. Oh, when's the last time you had blood work done? Had it done recently. Fucking doing pretty good. By the way, stronger than you. I could fight. If it's jiu-jitsu, yeah, I'm probably submitting you. If it's a fight, yeah, I'm probably fucking you up. Yeah, I had every single reason to not change. But every single moment of that interaction had nothing to do with an actual belief system, and what I was saying was the best version of myself. No. The person who was engaging me engaged in a format of sort of conflict. So immediately, hands up, ready to rock. That's who I am. So that never worked with me. So I have the experience, the wisdom, I dare say, to understand that I'm not changing anybody else by just demanding that they change. This sort of tyrannical approach of, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. Tyrants create traitors. They will either betray you by lying to you, or they'll betray themselves by not following who they know themselves to be. So in your situation, those people around you that, you want to change, be the model of the behavior. Become stronger. Invest in yourself. Get healthier. Start educating yourself on how to make your body, your mind more powerful. I have a coaching program, and this is not a pitch for my coaching program. But one of the things I do with my coaching students, it doesn't matter if they're, if they're business owners, if there's somebody that's working on the dynamic within their family, it doesn't matter. It starts with, you wake up in the morning, what do? What have you eaten today? What's your weight? What was your weight when you graduated high school? What was your weight when you were in your mid-20s? Like, I'm not even getting into the actual life hurdles as they see it. What am I doing? I'm investing in their ability to make themselves the most powerful version of themselves they could be before re-engaging those relationships that they're trying to repair. It just so happens that more often than not, just becoming stronger fixes those relationships. Why? Because they emanate that energy to those people around them, and they create that change that they've been trying to do like a hammer up until that point. As usual, the answer is becoming stronger as an individual. If people don't want to become stronger, if people want to sort of lead themselves to their own ruin, understand that it is not your job to stop them. It is not your job to stop them. I'm not saying that you shouldn't try. I'm not saying anything. It's just not your job. You see somebody about to jump off a bridge. The drive that you have to stop them is a you thing. You can meditate on that on your own. You see somebody jumping off a bridge, when you stop them, understand that's a you thing. Understand that you're making a unilateral decision as to what the outcome and the best practices and the trajectory of that individual's life should be. Like a tyrant. Maybe a benevolent tyrant, but a tyrant nonetheless. I appreciate you guys. You got to get up in the morning. You got to move. You got to make yourself stronger. The only way we build self-power is through a process laden with pressure. And it starts the moment you wake up in the morning. Don't take any single day for granted. Have gratitude for every opportunity you have. You build yourself. I'll talk to you guys soon.